EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present opening round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Always some extra excitement when you get to the first major championship of the year, and here we are. Rich Loader alongside Frank Nobilo. We're at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada for the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Partner, this is a big one.
It certainly is, Rich, and being the first major of the year, you know the players are going to be a little bit more nervous. Anticipations of a great year are going to start right here this week at Wolf Creek. And you're going to have to make all those adjustments out there. Is your game ready? Can you adjust for the changes in elevation? And do you have the confidence to go all the way and pick up the first major championship of the year?
Birdie try up next. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Had every chance of going in.
This is a 9-footer. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. From a par 3 to a par 5 here at the 12th, it measures 560 yards, a sweeping dog leg left, and there is some trouble down that left side.
This is a scary tee shot. There's no two ways about it, Rich. You've got to get the ball in play because you can really rack up a good score here. That water very much in play. Doesn't matter what club you decide to hit off the tee. 560 yards actually is reachable, believe it or not. But you've got to get it on the fairway. You don't really have to be too brave and try and take too much over there. The other thing, too, to consider about is this green is nearly half the length of an NFL football field. It is 55 yards from the front of this green to the back of the green.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players, the ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. Has it now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament. 13th hole is where the action is right now. Let's take you there. As we catch up with our featured golfer, Frank, really putting together a solid round.
An important stretch of holes coming up here late in this round, too. And to post a score makes such a big difference. That score will stand in good stead at the end of the day.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Oh, painful lip out. This is a good putt.
Absolutely can't believe it. I thought that thing was stone dead in the center. Now at 1 under for the round. Frank, describe the layout here at the 14th hole. It's 444 yards. What a beautiful hole.
It is, and it's a beautiful view. You see everything from the top of that tee there. It's a hole that keeps bending to the left. There's enough bunkers down the left there to actually take your eye. That's where you've got to fixate on something in the distance that's a much better line than worrying about that wall of sand down the left side.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. The approach here at 14, what do you like, Frank?
Well, it's a dogleg right to left, and the green is also shaped that way, Rich, so it suits a draw off the tee, and it's going to suit a draw coming in. And that draw you're going to get by virtue of the fairway that slopes from right to left, which encourages that shape of shot. and you should be able to use the natural contours of this green. You work it out, you're going to be rewarded. Really. This is an awkward length.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Now to the short par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. What is this, Frank? Just a wedge or a 9-iron?
That's all, Rich, but it's very tempting to get greedy here. And, well, you pay the price, obviously, if you miss the green on the left down in those bunkers, because they're a good 6-7 feet below the level of the green. But with a wedge or a 9-iron, who doesn't go aiming at the flag?
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Wow, I thought he made that. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there. Frank, you and I have covered golf around the world. I have never seen anything quite like Wolf Creek Golf Club here in Nevada.
I didn't think you could build a golf course in this sort of area like this, but they have, and they've succeeded. It's a wonderful course to play. It's so pleasing on the eye. The fact that you get to play across canyons and over desert ridges and across water, all in one little place. It really is an oasis, but more importantly, Rich, it's fun.
And the golf we saw was every bit as good as this magnificent desert backdrop. For my partner, Frank Nobilo, and all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now from Wolf Creek Golf Club. EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present second round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Well, this is one of my favorite tournaments of the year. It's the EA Sports Spring Invitational, and just a stunning golf course. It's Wolf Creek in Mesquite, Nevada. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. And Frank, we're in for quite a day.
We are. We're going to see the decision-making processes of some of the fine players out there today. And the reason why I say that, Rich, is because there's so much elevation here at Wolf Creek. So you're going to have to make those adjustments on the downhill and the uphill. Club selection decisions. And, of course, the one that does that the best is more than likely the one that's going to come out on top.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt. Settles in over the putt. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Birdie putt coming up. A par on this hole yesterday.
All things pointed to a good week. Birdie there, very important right now.
Playing some good golf. Frank, standing on the 6th tee and looking out at this golf course, I can't help but think that if you hit it offline here, you're going to be playing golf with the billy goats.
Yeah, you might actually turn into a billy goat come the end of the day, that's for sure. The huge elevation changes once again are apparent here at the 6th. It is a dogleg to the right, not really a driver unless you want to sort of bring that creek into play or that little stream that cuts across. Second shot, a little bit uphill. Those bunkers are really where you shouldn't go. We all know that. And this green is anything other than flat. A fun-looking hole, too, and a fun hole to play.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
Now on to the par 4 7th hole. Is this a reachable par 4, Frank?
Distance-wise, you would think so, but the designer has done something to avoid that, and that's put all this water in front of the green. It would take a mammoth tee shot, and that's something like 300 yards through the air if you're going to try and even drive this green. Is the risk worth it? Well, if you're just playing with your friends, maybe it is. Otherwise, you just lay it up just past those those bunkers on the right and the left. Get it down there on the flat. A little pitch you would think is simple, but because of the slope of this fairway, chances are you might not get a flat lie, and that's going to make that second shot that much harder.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Will make birdie if this drops. Frank, you've navigated so many leaderboards in your career. This is the way to do it, isn't it?
Oh, there's plenty of holes ahead too, Rich. Third place, a really good position to be playing from here on in.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Who knows? It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. Young star makes his birdie. Set to round out the front side here at Wolf Creek with a par 4.
Fun hole for the big hitter too. They can really take advantage of this. The last fairway bunker down there on the right side is just over 300 yards to get over it, and longer hitters could nearly drive it in the green side bunker on the right. So just tee it up there. You're playing desert golf for a reason. Enjoy it. Just have a little flick in here, and chance too to have a little birdie at the end of your front 9.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed.
Given the situation, Rich, things so tight at the top. Very, very good birdie.
That was huge right there. Still with a great chance to come away with this title. EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present third round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Frank, this is the kind of hole that you like to drop a bag of balls and just have fun. Hit it all day long as if you were at the range. Unfortunately, you only get one crack, and you better be good. This is a tough hole.
Well, if you find the water, actually, you might get another one off there. It certainly is a tough hole, though, Rich. The stream going all the way down the left-hand side, and it wraps right around the left and behind the screen, makes that tee shot, it certainly makes you think about that tee shot while you're on the tee. Prudent play, aim for the right edge of the green. Nothing wrong if you just miss the green on the right, but miss the green by a yard on the left, you pay a very steep price.
Not quite enough on that one, couple of feet short.
Yeah, hopefully he taps it in. Not his best, but hopefully it's just 2 putts.
A good effort and a good par putt. Stepping up to the shot here at the 9th, it's a par 4, 390 yards.
It is anything other than straight off the tee because of all these sort of undulations and curvature on the fairway. You'd think well bunkered, but the last bunker on the right side there, longer hitters, they can nearly fly that, just over 300 yards. Either that, shorter hitter just play that fat area of the green. That'll be sort of some, 270 yards. That will take all the water out of play into a green that slopes back at you. So very good chance, even with a wedge in hand, to get the ball close. A good way to finish the front 9.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Playing beautiful golf. 8 under for the tournament. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole.
Second shot.
This is a good-looking shot. Well, he gave us a demonstration today why he's one of the best in the sport. Every green hit in regulation. All right, good putt.
The rhythm of that stroke. Didn't try and bash it in the back.
Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present final round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. This, the second shot here at the par 4. Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done.
Surely not.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
A little bit more hope than determination in that putt.
Has his par. Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just a lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
No putter, no problem. Slams that into the cup. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. In the greenside bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, we hope. A beautiful, soft touch out of the bunker. That's Mickelson-esque. They par yesterday. This one for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
That's beyond long.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that the little helping breeze gave that a nice boost.
He can't be that good.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths, and getting ready for the putt. Oh, I thought he had that. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Well, considering the lead that he has on the rest of the field, a par is all you need. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause. Well, for such a strong man, weak putt.
Now I'll have to make this just to avoid making Michael Bublé.
In this situation, Rich, a bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. Second shot coming out of the rough here. On the green in regulation. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing to argue about there. Right in the fairway. Frank, this is a point in the round, this approach shot here to 17, where we will see if the player has some nerve.
Oh, yeah, and the game as well. Obviously, if you don't want to go for this green, it's a relatively simple layup. Just knock it down the fairway. But you can see this second shot is very doable. And that bunker actually on the right side of the screen is really your friend, not your foe. It'll stop the ball if it's slightly right, save it from going back down into the water. And you see you're heading to a little bit of an upslope on the front of the screen. So that'll actually help soften the landing of that second shot when it's coming in there from long distance.
Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. This for the victory at the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Good putt. Just a fantastic week of golf. Add that one to the win count.
A lot of great quality players out there, and to come on top of that leaderboard is truly a great accomplishment.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Boston Championship. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. These winds have held up all day long, definitely playing a part in the shot making we're seeing out there today. Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking he might get it close. And just a great shot.
A lot of great golf early on. Let's get you out to the action at the 5th. Early in the round and playing reasonably well. Nothing great, but has certainly not given a whole lot away.
Yeah, and actually a good position to really springboard the round from here. Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, we'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
Hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that whole location. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Ready now at the 6th. It is a tricky 465-yard par 4.
Yeah, hit it through the chute. Water comes into play a little bit down the left if you're a long hitter. I tell you, there's long and long. And that, with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. This is a good-looking shot. Excellent shot to within 10 feet. Frank going for another birdie here.
Chance to get on a real roll.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Trying to grind out a par here. Needs it. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Frank, you just love the variety of holes here at TPC Boston. Now we get to the 7th. It's a 600-yard par 5.
It looks straight away, but the problem is if you don't hit a good tee shot, then you really have to be aware of that cross bunker. That is one place you don't want to go with your second shot. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole, this for birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here. With that birdie, into the top 25 on the leaderboard. Now to the par 3 8th. And Frank, what's the best way to go here?
Hit your best, and then you're looking at making 2.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
This is all over it. Dude, that he just made an ace. Frank, I don't know about you, but I love a good hot dog and a soda at the turn. Of course, it tastes a lot better after you've made par. How difficult is that proposition here at the 9th?
Well, if you stray with your tee shot here, you'll be making hamburgers, that's for sure. Right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That will be a great look at birdie. Settles in over the putt.
Just moving that much closer to the leader now, Rich.
There you have it, Frank. The first round is a wrap. We saw some good golf out there.
It was certainly a fun round to watch. There's a lot of great players in this field, and this is such an exciting venue. I just can't wait to see what happens the rest of the championship.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Boston Championship. We're here at TPC Boston in Massachusetts. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all of the action. And Frank, how does this course set up for the golfers out here today?
Well, Gil Hands and Brad Faxon, they did a lot of changes a few years back to sort of open up some of the driving areas. Consequently, you see there's a little bit more of a reward for the longer hitters. Fairways aren't really as tight as what you see on some other golf courses. Long and straight certainly gives you a big advantage at TPC Boston.
This is host of the Deutsche Bank Championship. That's a tournament that is part of the FedEx Cup playoffs.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. He got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Has this now for bogey. Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. This is a pretty sizable par 5 here, Frank, the 7th.
but it's reachable. There's some mounds down there. If you keep it down the right side, hopefully that tee shot can kick it a little forward. And then that green angled at about 45 degrees, very reachable.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Good lie in the fairway. Good chance to make something happen here. Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice strong breeze. What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. This is a pretty good performance right here. 6 under for the tournament. Onto the 8th hole, Frank. Nice par 3.
Yeah, this is where the accurate iron player will definitely get an advantage over the field.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. With that birdie, moves 1 shot closer to the lead. Real golfers, by the way, do not eat tuna sandwiches at the turn. They eat a hot dog, right?
Well, yeah, but if you make a mess of 9, then you're making hamburgers. Well, par 4s are not all the same, Rich, but after that tee shot, I guess you can say this one's going to be easy.
That was a beauty right there. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Looks primed right now.
Anything other than backing up. Very aggressive. That birdie, now in second.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank. Super. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Early part of this second 9, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
And that par certainly won't hurt the cause.
There's still some time. Frank, right where you want to be at the midway point of a tournament.
Yeah, you know your game's solid. The focus is more on the leader and that you can just go out and play. Excellent position to be in.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Boston Championship. Frank, at 298 yards, the fourth is reachable for just about every professional. What might scare them off?
Well, that bunker on the left, that's really actually a chance to showcase your skills, and that's where you realize how much better professional golfers are. A good bunker play, especially on a hole like 4, and then you will get well rewarded.
This is a great place for a fan to watch, isn't it?
It is. You see so many different short shots around this green. The bunker shots from the left side, if you hit it over the back on the right, the little bump and run through the little valley in the green. Fun hole to watch.
Perfectly placed tee shot will set up an eagle opportunity, but then you see quite a few bogeys made here as well.
Yeah, if you stray a little bit, leave the ball too far short, and you have to play that pitch across the bunker, that's no fun.
Frank, you've navigated so many leaderboards in your career. This is the way to do it, isn't it?
Oh, there's plenty of holes ahead too, Rich. 3rd place, a really good position to be playing from here on in.
Back on the tee here at the 5th, Frank, this one is not drivable.
Oh, that's for sure. 2 bunkers. The one that most of the players really worry about is the one down the left side. 300 yards to carry that.
So in a good spot now, fairway again, and a good opportunity to make a birdie here on the par 5. Setting up in the fairway, 200 yards to where that hole is cut. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Good try. Just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Has his par. 6th hole here at TPC Boston. Always a fan favorite. What do people like about it, Frank?
Well, it's like a goal kicker hole. There's these 2 big pine trees, and especially when you turn off that back tee. Hit it through that chute, avoid the 2 bunkers on the right, you're in prime position.
Good contact, good result. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
That's a nice approach shot. It's about 15 feet away. A good chance for a birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Come on. Don't do that.
Cruel lip out.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
We're at the 7th hole now. A Boston strong 600-yard par 5.
But it's reachable. There's enough mounding there. If a tee shot catches one of those mounds, it could kick another 20 or 30 yards and certainly make this reachable.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
On the green with about 10 feet left to the hole. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today.
It's a cruel game.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a bogey on this hole yesterday. Moves into 2nd place with that birdie. Coming off the long par 5 7th, now a par 3, 213 yards. What's the 8th hole all about?
Another hole that picks with the same theme. Really want to fly this nice and high. That narrow part at the front of the green really is to be avoided unless the flag is there.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
See if you can get this one to drop. Big birdie putt. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Hole number 9, Frank, 472 yards. Good par 4.
Yeah, if you blink, it'll catch you. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through.
Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, we'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
Hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that hole location. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
This for another birdie on this hole on the week.
Well, birdies are hard to come by in this situation. So tight.
Keeps him right in the thick of it. There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Boston Championship.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. And this would be nice. 2 straight birdies.
Very aggressive mode with that birdie now in second place.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. And from the fairway for his second shot here. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Wow, and with that eagle, Frank, now only 2 shots back.
All of a sudden put the name back into the mix just when we thought it might be too late.
So another good result, playing this one as it should be played, right down the middle, in the fairway. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one.
Should be safely on deck.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. Frank, here at the 16th, you really see this sort of New England character, don't you?
Yeah, that stone wall now protects that sort of two-tiered green. And it sort of showcases the golf course. It just fits in beautifully with what Hans and Faxon have done to the golf course. Repetitive is often sounds boring. This is just shot after shot, and it's anything other than that. Spectacular.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Score that, a birdie. Frank, the 17th here at TPC Boston underwent quite a radical change.
Yeah, that renovation and that redesign that they did, it changed the character of the hole, but they still kept that big mound in the middle of the green. So that second shot is still punishing if you misjudge it.
And players nursing the lead, they might want to think about playing it safe down the right side, but if you're trying to make up some ground, you could try to fly the church pews that divide the fairway into two sections, and that would give you a nice short wedge in.
Yeah, give you a short wedge in, but really the risk, is it worth it?
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot.
Really. This is an awkward length.
That is some good work right there. Birdie and one shot closer to the lead. Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. And getting ready for the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, the 18th here at TPC Boston, for whatever reason, generates quite a bit of buzz, doesn't it?
It does. The longer hitters, obviously, they lick their chops. They're having a chance to make this green in two. But if you find one of the fairway bunkers, the addition of that pot bunker for the layup, that just makes that decision that much more difficult.